CHRYSALIS, the family adventures. Today we come to episode 49, the completion of the meltdown. Giselle calls for Samantha several times and gets nervous and scared. She starts to bend down, but it's too painful to look under the bed. So she then goes over to the phone and tries to check it to see where Samantha might be, but it's locked. To which she comments aloud that she's glad her daughter's got good sense to keep her phone locked, and seeing her attempts to find Samantha aren't working, in real trepidation, she goes downstairs. Samantha, relieved a little, finding herself face to face with Amanda, surprises her with a kiss. Downstairs, Giselle freaks out about Samantha, and Josh begs them over and over since Joey had refused before to let him go up, assuring them he'll be able to find her and she'll come out for him. Apparently, Samantha and Amanda have gotten down under the bed. Amanda says S has to call her doctor. Samantha is needing pills and asks Amanda if she can get any before tomorrow night, but Amanda says she's going away and she'll try to find something when she comes around next week. Samantha verbally regretting the come on, but Amanda says that has nothing to do with it. It's that she has a part-time job over the weekend at the Costa Mesa. This deflates Samantha's self-worth. Amanda humorously cheers and calms her. Josh enters the room, which they know immediately by the sound of his footsteps, and because he is nervous and starts up with them, going right for under the bed. He fires at them that Samantha has to come down to appease Mom, who's worried she ran away. Samantha resists at first, but then gives in for him, for Amanda and Mike, she says. The scene immediately shifts to them with the adults. S. I'm just going to say once, Ma. Please stay away from me. I need my space now. I'm recovering from a trauma. It's not over yet. I just need a safe place where I can feel good about myself. Just please let me have that. My room has to be my sanctuary. It's the only place I have. Respect that, please. That's all I ask. Joey chews out Samantha over her attitude and lays down the law, demanding she clean up her behavior and study habits. In the kitchen, as Samantha is getting food, Josh enters, and she expresses that she regrets coming back and wants to leave, which Josh tries hard to dissuade her. He checks out the food she has put together, which upsets her, and she shoves it in his hands, which he almost drops. They go upstairs with it and enter his room, upon which she immediately disappears, saying she needs me time. This really throws off Josh and upsets the hitherto equilibrium he had had with Amanda. Samantha then reappears because she was still carrying the food, which she now quickly shoves again at Josh. They get into a stupid squabble, and she leaves, again, leaving the befuddled couple in peace and mutual smiling. Samantha is lying on her bed, sobbing on the phone to Dr. Moorfield, telling him how horrible things are back in the family. He offers a special appointment for the next day, but she falls asleep before giving him an answer. Josh and Amanda are in bed together with heavy post-exertion breaths when he confronts her about telling Samantha, but not him, about her weekend job, upon which she pulls away, upset. Sound like a very interesting and fun episode? Okay, let's enjoy episode 49, the completion of the meltdown. Fade in. Voiceover. Previously on CHRYSALIS, the family adventures. Internal, the house, living room, night. Big commotion as Joey and Tom are going at it with fists, pushing and shoving, taking each other down like wrestlers, grunting and saying unintelligible sounds while their wives are having their own yelling fight. Giselle, you're the reason we're in this mess. Jenny, oh, I suppose you were just there watching from the sidelines. Giselle, oh, don't give me that. You know it's because you came here now. Suddenly, a gunshot hits the doorpost. Everybody freezes, scared and shocked, and all eyes are now on the suddenly reappeared Josh, standing on the staircase with Joey's gun in his hand, who, himself frightened, points the gun at Tom's face. Josh, stop everybody. I only wanted the fighting to stop. Cut to internal, the house, living room, dining area, night. Room is at relative peace. The family is at the table having dinner. Giselle. Wow, Josh, you were like a hero that night. Samantha. Really? How come you didn't tell me, bro? Joe. What's with this bro thing? Josh. Because I don't feel like a hero. Cut to silence. Samantha. Is anybody ever going to tell me what happened that night? Cut to Samantha. I was waiting to come home, and nobody but Josh answered the phone, and he couldn't come. And then all of a sudden, I hear about a gun and some crazy man, and Josh is a hero, and Dad goes to jail, looks at Joey for something he didn't do. Come on, will somebody please tell me what happened in my home that night I couldn't come home until night? No, excuse me. Will somebody please tell me what happened in my home that I couldn't come home until night? Caption. And now, continuing on in and out of the continuing on in and out of the cocoon. Theme music / display. Caption. The family adventure continues. This is all silent because it's a caption. Okay. Speaking of silence, the silence hangs. Everybody but Samantha seeming afraid to talk. Samantha. Come on, guys. What happened? The whole thing is sounding really spooky. Joey. You can ask your mother how this got started. Giselle. She don't want to know that. She just want to know what happened. Who lost his temper? Who could have prevented everything from happening? Joey. There's no way to explain it without going into how you started it. Giselle. I didn't start it, Joey. Joey to Samantha. She got involved with this woman with major psycho problems who has a husband who's really psycho. Then that's not bad enough. Somehow she manages to get this woman to come barging into this house. Samantha, wait, stop. Mom, is this that, the one you told me about? Joey, yeah, the one whose bed she ended up in. I can see why you'd be interested. Samantha, I thought that was supposed to be a secret. Giselle, it was when I told you. By the way, how do you like the food? Samantha, yeah, it's great. But wait, what about the gun? Mike, that's what nobody wants to talk about. A quiet consternation, especially from Joey. Giselle, Mike, just let it go. Samantha, why? Josh, maybe there's a really good reason and you should just trust us. A tense silence hangs over the meal. Samantha, all right, never mind. I just hope you're all right and not in trouble. But I really would feel a lot safer if I knew what happened because I'm still in stress mode. Giselle, call the doctor, honey. Samantha, he already called. I told him everything. Giselle, and what did he say? Samantha, Grandpa, tell me the rest of the story. Giselle, Samantha, you don't want to talk about what the doctor said? Samantha, no, it's very personal. I just want to hear the whole story and then I'll feel better and won't bother you again. Please. I'm not going to rat on anyone. I'll just feel so much better and I'll be able to sleep. Mike, well, it was really the husband of that woman who came barging in who's the one to blame. He was the really scary one. His wife was just totally overstepping the bounds of politeness and courtesy, trying to harass your mom. Samantha, oh, I'm sorry, Mom. Mike, but I guess these days you never know what to expect. So Joey got upset, righteously, because these people were way over the line. But the problem is you can't provoke them either because you have no idea what it will lead to. It was like Israel, Hamas. Joey, what? No, it wasn't. Mike, yeah, it kind of was. Joey, plus you're wrong about that too. They need to be pummeled hard. Mike, raising voice over Joey. Joey was like Israel and this jerk was like Hamas. Joey, oh, that's a good one. Yeah, the monster. But who gets brought down as a terrorist? And who has to sit in a jail cell 2 whole days? Mike, Joey, you're out, so don't worry. Joey, it should never have happened in the first place. And then they got onto those illegals at my shop, which is one reason our expenses are going to go up major. Now I got to get them documented and pay them a U.S. wage. Mike, oh, God forbid Mr. God and Country Patriot has to actually do something American. Samantha, hey guys, I don't mean to be rude, but can you have your fight later and just tell me the important stuff? They look taken aback. Josh, to them, this is the important stuff. Joey, it will be to you too if somehow the money for your legal bills isn't there. Mike, all right, listen. The maniac did pull out a gun, but somehow Joey and him got into a tussle when Joey knocked the gun out of his hands. Samantha, are you lying to protect Dad because he pulled out his gun and shot the man? Mike, no, no. Joey, no, he's really telling it like it happened. I never touched my gun. Mom called the cops, and they were here in no time. Samantha. So wait, why were you saying you got arrested? Joey, looking at Giselle, gesturing open, pointing on. Because somebody called the cops. Mike. And also because you don't know any of the dangers when you try to get involved with an online website and you think you're not doing anything, but these websites are how criminal and terrorist attacks are planned before they're carried out. Joey, how do you know all that? You don't know the first thing. Mike, cutting off. I may not be online as much as these two kids here, but a lot of my research has included finding out how websites are used for different purposes and how people get in trouble without even suspecting it. And you did something else that could have led to your getting arrested. You provoked. As bad as Tom was, you still got worked up, not knowing he was waiting to pull out a gun. I could probably have told you that. Joey, well, why didn't you then? Giselle, Joey, if you remember, I did warn you. Please, don't get into an altercation. Just calm down and stops. Joey, yeah? And what? Josh, you're both right. Joey and Giselle, what? Mike, let him talk. Josh, Ma, I get what you're saying, and I don't want to see violence either. But this guy was in the wrong just coming into our house and terrorizing us. Dad was doing his best to protect us and our rights. The main reason I lost sleep is I scared myself. Giselle, what do you mean? You didn't do anything. Josh, come on, Ma, you know I got a record. Suppose they find out I stops. They all look at him hanging on his words. Samantha, you did shoot the gun. Josh, how would you know? Who told you? You freaked me out the other night, too. Samantha, Josh, you just said you scared yourself. What else would it be? Josh, all right, since you. Yeah, I'm the guilty one. Joey, no, you're not. Giselle, Josh, you're not guilty. One, it was self defense. And two, you said you were just firing the gun to stop the violence, which I have to say it worked a lot better than all my yelling at him to stop. Mike, were you scared for your dad? Josh, I was scared for him and scared for the rest of us. That guy was nuts. Mike, yes, he was. But what if they. I mean, you're not on trial, thank God, not for this. But did you really think grabbing a gun would solve everything? Josh, yes, I did. Joey, that's my boy. Josh, I mean, not at first. And shooting a person wouldn't solve anything. It would just make things worse. But I didn't shoot a person. I deliberately aimed right at the post. Samantha, wow, bro. Joey, you did? Wow, all those lessons paid off. You hit the target bullseye the first try. Mike, but you also lost a lot of sleep. Joey, I lost a lot of sleep. Mike, yes, we know about you. The kids snicker. Mike, but Josh wasn't kept up by being placed in a holding cell for 48 hours. The only thing that would keep him up is how he's scared. Excuse me, Mike. But Josh wasn't kept up by being placed in a holding cell for 48 hours. The only thing that would keep him up is how scared he was feeling inside. He was shaken up. That's a big thing. We need to pay attention to that. And this is why gun violence only escalates. It never solves anything. Giselle, I'm so sorry, honey, you had to go through all that. I guess I was just so caught up myself. I was affected too. I couldn't leave the police station knowing they were keeping my Joey. I know that doesn't make any sense, but I was so scared we'd be losing the family's security. I was trying to get him out as quickly as possible because I didn't trust either Joey or the police to look out for him. And maybe I was really shaken up too by all this. Josh, and you left out somebody else who was shaken. Joey, that's okay, son. I've been worse. Josh, how do you even know I met you? Mike, yeah, there was another one of us there too who could have been shaken. Josh, no, it wasn't you. Actually, you were really helpful by staying up and talking. No, it was somebody who wasn't there who was affected. Joey, Giselle, and Mike look at him, totally lost. Josh, someone who was counting on you to come pick her up at the hospital, and you totally blew her off. Samantha lighting up with a smile. Wow, thanks, bro. Yeah, he's right. Do you have any idea what it feels like when I finally get to go home and it gets really spooky because nobody's returning my doctor's calls? And then I come home to find out there was a gun in the house I'm trying to come back to, which I call home? Giselle. Okay, I see you're trying to be big about it, but you, Samantha, losing it. Trying to be big about it? Are you kidding? Mike, it's all right. Relax. He reaches his calming hand towards Samantha, Josh also putting his arm on her shoulder, his eyes saying, it's going to be all right. These are the eyes communicating. Giselle, okay, you clearly are upset. Samantha rolls her eyes like, duh, Giselle. And you're right, we were wrong to ignore you like that. Samantha, no, Ma, I'm over it. Joey, what are you talking about? We had to silence the phones, remember? Mike, it was a confluence of accidents. Josh, ooh, I like that word. Joey, accidents? Samantha, there you all go, starting to argue again, forgetting I said anything. Giselle, boy, I can relate to that feeling. Joey, it's just we've been so long without you. We would just keep on talking to fill the gap and forget about you. And it became a habit. Samantha, wonderful. You want to forget about me. Giselle, Joey, please, she's just back. It was rough enough on her. And Samantha, when he says that, he means we missed you so much that we talked to get our thoughts off all the times we'd hear your cheery voice, but now you weren't there. You know tact is not his strong point. Josh, wow, that sounds like a man. Samantha, putting his arm to shut him up to mostly Giselle. My God, you act like I died. This one's saying he wants to forget I ever existed, and this one's saying it was like I died. Giselle, I didn't say that. Samantha, look, I mentioned it to show you that you all ignore me, take away any privileges I might have, treat me like I don't matter. I couldn't believe you, Dad, saying there isn't enough money for our education and bills, so Josh will get it all, and none left for me. Joey, if you remember and stop getting excited, I clearly said Josh can only get half of what he wants, not all of it. It depends how much his legal bills are and if he can stay out of trouble. And you have psychiatric bills which are being paid. Mike, mostly by coverage. Joey, at today's prices, I would hope so. Samantha, well, either way, it sucks, and I'm always the first to have to sacrifice. Josh, no, sis, I'm not going to let you suffer like that. I'll even work with you on catching up. We can apply for scholarships, student loans. I'm definitely going to try to go for it because my GPA is high. That way I can get a scholarship, and then mom and dad can put that money toward you. Samantha, sounds kind of like you're still putting yourself first. What if you don't win this scholarship? Josh, then I'll let you have my college education. Giselle, you can't give her your education. She has to get her own education. Josh, be quiet. Joey, hey, don't tell your mom to be quiet. Josh, she's definitely getting into her school of choice, even if I have to sacrifice. Samantha, wow, bro, you really mean that? I'm glad someone finally cares about me. I don't know what happened to you while I was gone, but I'm so glad the way you changed. Joey, you can thank me for yanking him out of school and banning him from all technology. It's the phones that turn kids into delinquents. Once they have to be on their own, they have to think, and they develop character. To Josh, and you are definitely going to the school you set your mind to when you came home and begged us to give you one more chance. That's final. Mike. Joey's also got to learn how to use technology responsibly in order to function and be trusted in this world, even without going to college. So at some point, he's got to get it back. Samantha. So you're yanking him out of school to help him, but you're leaving me in to suffer. Joey, overtalking both of them. Well, if you want to look at it that way, because you don't have to. Samantha, you're going to be psychologists now? Giselle, wait, hang on, everybody. Joey, we didn't yank Josh out of school. He got suspended, if you remember. So, honey, we're not playing favorites. Samantha half sulks, half gets her attention totally into eating. Her energy rubs off on the rest of the company, and everybody falls silent and eats. After a pause, Giselle, you've been hanging out in your room a lot lately, Josh. Josh stretches arms face up. I've been studying intensely all day. Right, Grandpa? Mike, and recuperating. Josh, yeah. Giselle, oh, maybe that's it. I guess your usual funny self is missed down here. Mike, boy, that's a lot of people getting missed. Before you were telling how you missed Samantha. Josh, let me explain something, Ma. For all that time you locked me up, I went crazy. Solitary is everything they say it is. Joey, you don't know anything about solitary. Josh, well, neither do you. At least I did my time. So then, when you let me out, I went stir crazy. That's why I hung out down here. But now, I'm over it. Giselle, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Joey, hey, don't complain. With the ankle bracelet, we got him right where we want him. Samantha picks her head up and looks at everybody, puzzled. Giselle, I guess so. It just seems weird all of a sudden. He used to come down here like crazy. Josh, Look, there's really not much anything for me in this house, with no TV and anything else interesting. So that's my comfort zone. Besides, also, Grandpa's tutoring me, and it's pretty much an all-day affair. By the time we're done, I'm too exhausted, so I just sack out. Joey. Yeah, he's got the whole thing figured out, almost like he's hiding something. It's too logical. Josh. Can you just say don't complain? Joey. This is not complaining, it's observing. I know you're weird, but this is a new level of strange. Josh. Well, you know me. I mean, I'm all alone, no friends, no nothing but work and boredom. What do you expect? Joey. Hmm. Well, don't worry. If you're doing something you shouldn't be, I'm going to find out. Josh. What can I possibly do that I shouldn't be? I got nothing there to misbehave with, and I can't do anything illegal online since the police are onto me. You can relax. Giselle. You're lucky you're so ahead of your sister academically that you can be homeschooled. She can't. She'll never catch up. Samantha all of a sudden deflates emotionally and withdraws internally. Her look is very serious, bordering on angry. All of a sudden she leaves and runs upstairs. Joey. I think you were a little too hard on her. I mean, I know what you mean, but she's not going to talk to you now. Josh. I'll go up. Joey. You stay right there. Josh. But I got a rapport with her. Joey. Yeah, but I don't like what that rapport is. Josh. Rapport. Joey. Yeah, whatever. Mike. Yeah, they both changed. It's not like before. Joey. It's okay. He'll just stay here. Not with her in that state. Mike. Maybe she needs somebody to talk to. Giselle. I'll go. I was just trying to be helpful. I was the one who screwed up this time. Joey. You can't try to be helpful with a teenager. They take it all in a different way. Just let her sulk and let the whole thing blow over. Josh. Grandpa, you should go. Mike. Let me go. She has a rapport with me too. I'll be able to. Giselle cutting in. No, I'm going to talk to her. I talked to her before and it helped. Joey shaking his head. That was before, and this is now. She's in her full teenhood. She's not the kid she was. Giselle, I got news for you. She wasn't the kid she was before either. She's been through a lot of changes. Giselle gets up and goes toward the stairs. Joey, stubborn woman. I don't want to hear no yelling. Giselle, from stairs. Ironic for you to say that. You've yelled so many times that we all had to put up with. Josh, Grandpa, come on, go. She's going to have a breakdown if Ma tries to talk to her. Mike, I trust Giselle. Don't worry. Josh, upset. Thanks a lot. Joey, what do you care? You got enough of your own problems. Don't get yourself in more trouble on her account. Mike gives a look of knowing sarcasm. Internal, Josh's bedroom, night. Samantha enters. She is in tears, noticeably sobbing. She sits down on Josh's bed, lost in her pain, eventually sinking back onto the bed, in a mixture of slouching and lying. A hand reaches up from under the bed and grabs her by her upper leg. Her sobbing turns to a sudden shocked breath. Amanda arises from the floor and joins her on the bed. Amanda, gently rubbing her back. Hey, son. Samantha continues her sobbing. She turns her face toward Amanda's, looks at her, still crying, and hugs her like a baby turning to its mother, desperate for comfort and warmth. Amanda holds and caresses her in a supportive way for a while, during the latter part of which Samantha's sobs abate, and only their breathing is heard, mostly Samantha, calming down from her upset. Amanda, looking at Samantha with curiosity. You want to spill the tea? Problem with your girlfriend? Samantha, relieved, smile returning. No, we're great. We're fire. Amanda. Oh, Samantha. No, it's something in someone I hate, and now I know why. She'll never love me. Starts breaking into tears. She'll never think anything of me. Amanda, holding her tight while Samantha cries into her bosom. Listen, honey, do you think my mother cares about me? She's only got one thing on her mind, the next high. She don't think about anything but that. And that's who I've had for a mom. I was the one abortion she didn't catch. And then I was having all the abortions. Samantha, completely stilled by this still shocking revelation. Wow. I'm sorry I got upset in front of you. Amanda, don't worry. I learned and I toughened up. That's what you need to do. Whatever she did to you, because believe me, I know what she's like. She's like a hurricane no one wants to be caught in. Samantha giggles. She's about to say something when a background sound of someone on the landing interrupts, and the girls are stone immovable and silent instantly. Samantha, index finger perpendicular on mouth, almost a whisper. Shh, we gotta hide quick, under the bed. They go down on the floor as knocking can be heard on some other door on the floor, and Samantha gently pushes Amanda further in as she squeezes herself to get into the extremely tight space. Giselle off screen in between the knocks. Samantha? Tiny sound of the girl's breaths audible only to someone able to hear at extremely low volume. Giselle, off screen. Are you there, baby? Samantha, as best can be seen, giving sarcastic look, totally whispering. I knew to come here. Can't even chill in my own room. The knocking continues. Giselle. Samantha? Samantha, disgusted. So stupid. Wish she'd just give up. All of a sudden, Samantha's phone rings. Samantha. Oh shit, I left it up on the desk. Fade out. So, anybody who just heard this podcast, you are more than welcome to join in. And I'm actually looking for people to participate. And definitely, I want your opinions. I want your contract if you can give one. I want to get this thing recorded, uploaded, and televised before the entire world because this is a very, very, it speaks for itself. I think anybody who's just heard this episode should be able to know why this needs to be in a number one TV time slot. Thank you. That'll be enough of my push. I hate doing that. Bye.